How's it going, everyone? So we got this engine running, it was seized, didn't have any spark, all kinds of problems in the previous video. If you want to see that, definitely check it out. But when I turned it on, the tines were not working. So first thing first, I'm going to check to see if they're seized. Could just be junk. I don't know what's going on, to be honest. We literally had this on the table and we thought we had engine problems, but now we're wondering if we have transmission and engine problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through a couple checklists. I don't know what the outcome of this is going to be, unfortunately. This might be trash or it might be just used for a good motor. Don't know yet. Having said that, go ahead and sit down. Let's go. Let's see if the tines are frozen first. I don't think they are. In fact, I know they're not. It did spin, but either way, I want to see if it's just something kind of chunky in the transmission, and then we'll take it from there. Well, hold on there. Over 90% of you, according to YouTube, are not currently subscribed. You're watching this video, but you're currently not subscribed. So I'm going to welcome you to subscribe at the end if this helped you out. I work on a lot of machines, so maybe the machine you're watching is going to be something you own, but who knows? Maybe you own a generator, a pressure washer, a big mower, a chainsaw, a variety of things. The only way to know if I'm going to fix it in the future is by subscribing, and maybe I get to the one that you own and can help you out then too. So I welcome you to subscribe, put a thumbs up if it does help you out. Back to your normal video. So I'm going to be frank with you. I'm not 100% sure on what type of transmission or how the setup of this machine is. A lot of the times you do not want it to move, at least not very easily. You want to have some resistance. No resistance, that's usually a good sign of a gear that's stripped. It's heavy. I hear a chain, but that's to be expected. There is a chain. Even says chain drive on it. So the fact that I hear a chain is at least kind of good. And the fact that there has to be something of a gear there to turn a chain. I'm going to take off the side cover. It looks like there's one, two, probably one somewhere down here or this, and then we'll see what's behind this. We might be as simple as a stretched or broken belt. Take the cover off. Now there is a little arm over right there, whoops, and it's supposed to put tension on the belt. So right now the belt has literally no tension on it, but listen to that. It's a not so healthy sound. Anyway, that's not gonna make it not work though. I mean, there's no tension on the belt, so obviously it's gonna come off easy, but that belt just seems like, I don't know, probably helps if I actually aim you, huh? Just seems like that's a lot. I guess it could be. Look at that. I'm gonna see if I have a different belt. Don't really have the exact same belt. This is the closest one I could find, and it's pretty tight. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna eliminate the belt idea. I'm gonna turn this on without the cover on, and then I'm going to lower the RPM to pretty much nothing. It's in neutral, so it shouldn't do anything to begin with. But I'm going to do a no-no. I'm going to shift it into gear real fast and see if the tine starts spinning. And if it does, then we know the belt was just slipping. And then I can measure it, get a new belt, and this should be done. But the old one was just so, I don't know, it just wasn't a very good fit. I could just tell already. So I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that, and we'll take a look and see if it fits or works. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm gonna put this on the floor. Oh, that's actually heavier than it looks. Gotta resituate myself here. I forgot a belt. Yeah, put that on low. We're on neutral. choke. Maybe a little more throttle. We found our problem. I don't think the belt is it. Well, it could still be it. Don't know yet. But what I did notice is this. I'll show you. Actually, it might be better. This is the part that is responsible for it. So when you go forward, it's supposed to pull this out and go neutral. It's supposed to push it back in and then reverse, so on and so forth. It's definitely a little play here. It looks like there might be a weld broken, something else on the bottom. I think I'm going to take this whole thing out and we'll take a look at it in pieces. And this is what I found. So this is completely loose, and if you look, you can tell that's where the welds were and it broke off. So this is the problem. I think I'm going to spend a little time, get a wire wheel, brush this out as much as I can. I'm going to put a couple more tacks in there, and then I'll show you the result. Got everything nice and welded. As you can tell, it's still super hot. The metal wasn't the highest of quality, and I might have to bend it a little bit just because it kind of shifted, but we'll see when we get there. I don't really think so. I mean, this is a rototiller, not an aviation machine or anything like that, so I'm gonna let that cool and then put it back on and we will give it a test run. I put the old belt back on, put the cover on. Right now it's in neutral, but just due to the fact of 100%, I just want to give it a quick pull. In fact, to make it easier, I'm just going to take the plug out. Because if I pull the engine over with the clutch engaged, it's not in neutral. The tines shouldn't spin at all. Okay. So we're pretty good there. And I'll tighten that later. Yeah, okay. So, welded it fully. I put new hardware. There's like a couple clips that were kind of rusty and nasty, so I put new clips on it. So technically, when I go like that, it should be in reverse. That should be in drive. Drive. Now, full disclosure, I might have welded that bracket on upside down. I don't know how I did that, but I did. So, in between what you saw and now, I cut it off, cut the weld off, I should say, and I re-welded it. And that one was a little bit more difficult because I had to kind of re-figure out where to position it, but I did. Moral of the story is, before you weld it fully, tack it, and then try to install it. Excuse me. Choke. that amazing noise you're hearing is the clutch. I cleaned it out, but I didn't put oil on it because I don't really like doing that. Very well might, just because of the amazing noise you're hearing. But the tines work. Reverse is just like the normal reverse. It will not, based on what I'm seeing, go into place. As soon as you let go of the handle, it goes into neutral. That's good. You don't want it to be in reverse, locked in reverse, because that's a good way of, at the bare minimum, hitting your foot, and in the worst case scenario, having the machine run on top of you and seriously injuring or killing you. So you don't want that. But other than that, everything seems like it's fine. I'm going to go ahead and use it a little bit to make sure. I'm going to re-oil that clutch, but that's well above and beyond the scope of this one. We now have a good working transmission. What was the cause of that? I think it's just a faulty weld. I was looking at it, and while there was weld material there, there was very little actual welding being done. They pretty much just put a glob and called it good, and it kind of stuck and then broke. That's what it was. So the shifter wasn't able to go in and out. And when it's unable to go in and out, you get this type of thing. So there we go. We didn't have to tear it apart, which is good, because I'm pretty sure this transmission is obsolete and you can't buy parts for it. You could tear it apart and see if you can find like a gear or a new chain and everything, but you're really going down a very expensive rabbit hole. I'm going to leave you with that. Follow me on Instagram at SmallEngine101. If you like what you see, keep watching. Definitely subscribe. Put a thumbs up. And if you want to become a member, one of the perks of membership is if you have a machine like this or any other machine, I will personally help you in whatever situation you're going through. I'll leave you with that. Have a good night.